So it's May 2024, and we thought we'd do another barrel opening. We did one last year. We opened 2 barrels. Wayne had packed years and years ago for a show, and then he decided he wasn't going to do this show. So then we have all these packed barrels, and Goya and I were like, well, we don't really want to unpack them because they're safe. As you saw, we were rolling this barrel on the hard concrete. Wayne packed so well, just with newspaper. And the story of these barrels also is he used to buy these from Frybees in Vancouver. They shipped sausage casings in them, and he would bring them home, wash them out. They were full of salt, and then use them, package them up like this. And this is how he shipped his art around the world. It's 2024, and I think today, if he was still alive, he died about almost 4 years ago, he would have been 87. So I think we should just maybe open this up and see what's in here. Oh, look at, oh, there we go. So, oh yeah, there's some cobwebs. So we opened the lid, and we're gonna start taking out the paper. Goya's gonna join me. Can we see what the dates are? Yeah, the dates are, but that's not really the, the actual time, right? Because he collected a lot of
2004 Globe and Mail.
Ooh, we have to be careful that we don't have things flying out here. I see the first pot. I wonder if this is going to be a lot of small things, or maybe a mix of big.
Vancouver Sun 2004. Oh, look, there's one under your hands, Gailan.
Oh, yeah, there's spiders all over.
Oh,
okay, maybe we should do that one, Goya.
Okay, you do it.
Okay, because it's a lid, and I'm always scared of breaking lids, but look at this beautiful little lid with the Yukon Black glaze on it. Number 105. Oh, aw, look at that cute one. And with the lugs, you see, the little lugs.
That's a deep
black. Yeah, and I don't know what did Wayne like figure this was for, like tea, loose leaf tea, or for jewelry, or for what? I don't know. He just liked making these little jars.
Well, you can use them for whatever you want.
Oh my goodness.
All right, 188.
This is like where he would take, he used a very matte glaze on the bottom, and then he would put this was actually, I think, Tam Irving's orange glaze. And then he would he'd make a slurry of ashes and put the ashes, kind of spray the ashes or put it on with a brush or something. And so it looks like it's wood fired, but it isn't, but it's very beautiful nonetheless. And it does do the ashes kind of like make a glaze and kind of like flow down into the matte area. This is a very nice example, really cute. And then he would make little rough areas when he's throwing the pot with like a tool to roughen it up and make it look kind of more like an ancient pot.
This is number 121. Another Yukon Black. It's called Yukon Black because the clay that makes the slip is from the Yukon, and it was sent to him by another potter whose name is Anne Ngan, who lived in Whitehorse, yeah.
And you can see like at different, he fired in a gas kiln, but you can see like it almost goes Temuku kind of looking. A lot of people say, oh, it's a Temuku glaze, but we call it a black glaze. But then because it was fired in a gas kiln, you also get this slight bluish tinge when it goes really black.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really nice with the variation of surface on this one. Okay, look at this one, nice one. I like this one. This is a Chino tea bowl, you see, but it's a thin glazed Chino, like so, and it is really kind of what color would you call that? Peach.
Yeah, it's
peach.
Very peachy.
And then he puts this kind of very iron oxide slip to do the decorations, and the slips really gives a good contrast on this. Sometimes the slip like mixes more with the glazes, and then but this is nice contrast. He always liked that. So this is a really beautiful little cup. Here's another like coffee tea. Will you drink your coffee and tea in the morning?
and whiskey at night.
Whiskey at night, yes, a big whiskey.
It's got really
or with
lovely.
ice.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Oh, more paper to go. Oh, I see another T-bowl. This is a T-bowl top, and here, this is a very nice example too. Ooh. And there's some in the kitchen here.
Yeah, I love
on
those.
Hornby with this turquoise, robin's egg blue,
and a few plates.
Yeah, and this is there's a few plates we ate maybe last night, and then this is this glaze is a 2 glaze with wax resist. So he glazes it in the turquoise, right? And then he does the wax resist decoration, and this is. What do you think that's supposed to be? Do you think it's like a cherry blossom or
this one? I don't know.
Or apple blossom?
Could be.
My mom's here. Maybe she knows what this decoration is. But
you want to come and look?
Yeah, so he makes the decoration with the wax, and then he dips it into this glaze that he made from the Portman Bridge clay. So. Here, you can stand over here.
Over here.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell what it is, but it looks natural, coming from nature.
Yeah, it's a tree with it. See, that's a blossom.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably like an apple. I think it's an apple blossom.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
And right now, look at the trees. Beautiful. They're all blooming over there. The apple trees.
Yeah, we could bring the cup and put it beside the tree and compare.
Ooh, spider.
And this one is alive.
I know.
It's a spider kingdom.
There. It is a spider kingdom. So this is my mom, Anne, who's lived on Hornby. How long have you lived here?
Since 1968.
And did you move with Wayne? Or did
Yeah, in 68 I came with Wayne, but I visited Hornby in 1967 with Helen Goodwin and the dancers.
Okay, and so you're still living here at the house that you built with Wayne?
Yeah, I'm stuck on Hornby.
Yeah. And then, well, it's a good place to be stuck.
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah. Sometimes you're literally stuck on Hornby when the ferries are down.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, winters can be quite long and gray. So one dreams of Mexico. Or where I'm coming from, Marseille.
Look at this T-bowl. So this is a very, very good example of oil spot, which he made. So oil spot is the glaze that looks like when you put oil on water, it makes little spots. And this is what it's traditionally been called. But he developed 2 glazes that he layered, and then when it worked, depending on how he fired it and how thick the glazes were, all these little factors helped make the really good glaze. It would go into this really beautiful oil spot. So this one's a really good example. You can see inside, and it's quite beautiful shape too, right? With a little foot. Yeah.
Whoa. Heavy.
Yeah, what would you call that one? Do you know what that is, Anne?
That's a celadon.
Yes!
So that's quite a thick clay. The clay is thick there.
And the glaze is thick.
And the glaze too. And so it's fairly heavy. It has a lot of presence, let's say. And what could you use it for?
Anything.
Yeah, anything. And the rim is quite wide, so it would give quite a different feeling to drink from it.
You know, a green tea or a brown tea or,
tea. A few chamomile flowers.
Anything would look great in this.
It's like water that gets that glaze.
Yeah, I think celadon is sometimes referred to that, I think. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So what kind of glaze is that?
I think this is an example. So this is a white glaze. I mean, it's kind of like a Chino celadon. It's all in that family. But Goya will explain what he did after it was fired.
I think he rubbed soy sauce on it, literally. There's little spots. That's the giveaway.
So, because
it's a crackly, but there's some little brown spots on it. So we think he kind of stressed it a little bit. Distressed.
Well, no, he developed this thing where, like, in a crackly glaze, if he put soy sauce on it, it would get into the little cracks and then stain inside there, and then you'd get these little markings. So in one way, it's pretty like it's pretty unique. I've never heard of anybody who has done that. Like,
No.
where do you think
Well,
he
when
came
it
up
was,
with this?
It was experimental.
Yes.
Very experimental. He played with his work. You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't boring, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a bit dangerous. Look at, see? Wayne was very efficient packer.
There's like literally one piece.
If an art shipper shipped this, it would have styrofoam. Look at this little one. Should we look at this one first? This
sure.
is definitely a chino.
Okay.
This is considered a chino with
was
decoration, and sometimes it would go more red, but then it would also go more gray.
So would that Goya be an oxide?
There'd be lots of oxides in the glaze, but in the yeah,
In that
yeah,
Goya, because it's really beautiful gray.
I know.
Those two colors are nice
Yeah.
together.
So sometimes it'd be more brown. It would show up more brown. Sometimes it would be more gray.
But look at this side, how beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a little.
It gives me some ideas for painting.
Oh.
That juxtaposition of colors.
You've done that too. Like you were talking about the brush earlier, right? So he had that drippy brush, horsehair brush, that he would kind of like. But you've done that too, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the colors.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
So that white, off-white, and that gray together. It's very subtle.
So this is the one, the celadon, another larger celadon that the other pot was inside of. Yeah, this is a thick celadon again. You could make your whisked tea in it, matcha in it if you wanted. And it, green on green is always nice.
I think it's even nice to just hold. Feels nice on the hands. Try.
Yep. And I think your lips would enjoy the rim, the fat rim too.
The
ridges kind of fit in your fingers a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess that's maybe the way he made it, using his fingers.
Yeah, it fits perfectly.
So look at this one, another tea bowl, but this is different because this one is a wood-fired tea bowl, right? With lots of grog, which I think he used was chicken scratch. That's grog.
What?
Chicken scratch.
Like, you mean this stuff like
No. No. No, the bag material you'll buy at Buckerfield's that you would put in their. I don't know. I've never had chickens, but you would just put it in their yard. They'd scratch and eat it.
Yeah. So it goes in their crop and it.
Yeah. That's the one. That's chicken scratch, and it's just like some feldspar chunks or something. Anyway, it was really hard to throw though because it was this. So you couldn't throw too many at a time because you'd get rough hands and they could bleed and all sorts. And this is there's no, like, he never glazed this pot. This was just put like this raw clay here into the kiln, into the wood kiln, and then it's the fire that's depositing silica and whatnot onto the surface that makes a glaze. So there is a glaze on there, but it's put on by the fire.
With quite a bit of variation if you turn it around.
Yes, because that
comes pink, and
because
then ochre with a bit of a bluish gray, and inside it's quite.
Yeah, so this would be pointed to where the firebox is. So this is where the flame is. This is the back.
Oh yeah.
No flame. But you can see like there's all these nice scratches and stuff of like from just the roughness of the clay. Ooh.
We haven't had one like that yet from that barrel. Right? So it's ultramarine blue with a brownish black background. And it's like nature.
Yeah. This is a wisteria. He did a lot of wisteria
He
decorations.
loved the wisteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a very beautiful blue.
You don't like wisteria so much, Goya.
I do, as long as they're behaved and not on your building.
What do you think are his
It's
top three
invasive.
plants? Wayne's favorite top three plants? I would say
Well,
wisteria,
number one.
hollyhocks, and water lilies.
Water lilies were very important.
There are a lot.
I don't know.
Like, you know, wisteria is number one, but there's so many, like bamboo, camellia,
Yeah.
and artichokes. I mean,
He was a plant lover.
yeah.
Yeah. Now that's ultra white. This is another Chino glaze, and it's just a name of a type of family of glazes, a Japanese name. And this is like, you can't get more white than this.
It's bright.
It's bright. It's got little dots here and there, though.
They're so nice to hold.
Yeah. Yeah, Chino is a very nice feeling glaze.
Yeah.
It's like buttery.
Yeah, smooth.
It's got a nice.
It's a rounded foot, so he would have trimmed it and then rolled it around like this.
Yeah. Ooh. This is a oil spot glaze, and this is where the oil spot doesn't quite come out as spots, but it's still very beautiful. This is a beautiful form, this one, isn't it? So I'm going to put the lid back on so people can see.
A gourd. He liked gourds too.
Yeah, it's kind of gourd-like.
Yeah.
That's a very beautiful form.
Yeah.
And he always made, he was really good at making things, it always things felt good in the hand like that. You have a really good,
I want to try. Yeah.
And everything fits nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a very technical potter.
Technical and artistic. Or artist.
Should we have lunch? I should put the rice on. Okay, what's this? I don't know what to call it. It might be a Chino that's actually turned quite brown. And yeah, so you can tell that it's a Chino because of this lighter part here. But it's just I don't know, 1/3 that looks like that, and then the rest of it's quite brown. Looks. I think there was a lot of reduction in that firing. Is that what happened? Yeah, I think it went really dark, but it's kind of neat when it does that. Yeah, because it makes this really quite special. Yeah. Very dark, kind of rusty red. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, with a bit of kind of gray blue right there. It's a nice contrast of glaze, but it's the same glaze. It's just the way it goes in the kiln. You just never know. This is kind of an interesting thing because it's like, is it a tea bowl? Is it a vase? I think it's kind of, I don't think it's a tea bowl, but I think it's
he
a
intended
vase.
it for a vase, but
Yes.
it almost looks
like, but because the lip kind of curls in, so you would maybe just have it just as a decorative piece, but you could also put like a flower or a bloom or just if it had a very short stem. Mm-hmm. And it's really
with a frog.
Yeah, you could do that, and it's quite heavy, so I think you could do that. So you could do a taller element, and it's kind of neat, the form, like it's got a very small foot, but quite heavy, so it should stand quite nicely. And then it went really kind of glossy on the bottom, and then more this kind of oil spot look with the spots on top.
I like the irregularity of the spots, like how they're.
Yeah, and then you get this very iridescent side to it. It's quite lovely. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Hi, Gailan. So everybody like congratulates me on how great your Instagram is, and it's like, well, it's not really me, it's Lindsay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this one. A lid,
Ooh.
Yukon Black, but it has that like a little bit of
spots or like details.
Mm-hmm.
This is number 108. And then it looks like it goes with, oh yeah. Oh, nice.
Wow, this is a faceted edge jar, or sorry, like, yeah, lidded jar.
Mm-hmm.
And so what he would do is he would throw it a little bit thicker than he normally would, right? And then with a serrated type knife that he probably got from the Sally Ann,
Mm-hmm.
he would at leather hard, or a bit before leather hard station, a little bit wet still, is he would slice the edges off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would get this faceted.
Yeah.
The neat thing about that is that because it's a kind of somewhat serrated, or it's like kind of a very used serrated bread knife, so that it kind of makes these little ridges, and then the glaze kind of cuts at that point thinner, so then that's when you get the little stripes down the side there. So
yeah, it's beautiful. You can see like all different colors like in here, even though it's black. But
and the danger is when you're cutting is that you can cut right through the pot and you get a hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
Yeah, that's really beautiful, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Little faceted jar.
Oh, very beautiful. This lid.
Oh, that's
like
just a lid.
Yeah, that's so interesting. It's like it looks blue and brown, like the however you turn it.
Yeah, it's very iridescent.
Yeah, and like there's like depth from the glaze.
It almost like yeah.
And like look at the side too.
Really nice spots.
Yeah.
But a lighter version. Sometimes they're dark, and then this is more light. Let's see the bottom.
That's only the lid
back there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the inside of that. Those are real good spots.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And you can see where he had the, you know, he put some alumina hydrate there so that when he fired it, the lid didn't stick. So some little wads he put in between, and you can see he put quite a few on this one. And this is the glaze he made with two different glazes. So applied, so it would apply very thick, and one of the glazes has the clay from Portman Bridge on the Fraser River in Vancouver.
Locally sourced.
Locally sourced. Look at this. Oh, oh, that's a nice one. Very beautiful celadon. Very green blue. And a very beautiful form. And then there's a few spots. But it's really beautiful glaze, this one.
I love, like, it's so thick at the bottom. Yeah. It looks like really nice. You can
see it like, goes even darker, the color. Yeah.
Like Tiffany blue.
Tiffany blue.
Or like robin's egg.
Yeah, robin's egg. And that's 171. It's just a really nice form. These are what Wayne would call quiet glazes. Wayne was sure efficient at packing. You know, I think if it was done by a official art packer, this would probably be like 4 crates or something.
Yeah, and they're all perfect.
Yeah,
like nothing.
We rolled it across this nice patio, bumpy patio.
But if you are shipping pottery, I would say maybe put it in crates.
Yes.
This is another jar, so there's the lid. Ooh, nice. Beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, this one looks quite like beautiful, like dark brown oil spot, but
it's not quite black, is it?
It's like chocolate.
And it's got this slip colored base, lugs, slip also on this part to make it less white, less stark. And the spots on top are perfect. Look at those. And then, of course, spots on the inside. All these.
There's some really textured spots on the inside.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they're good all the way around.
Oh, this is where we start disappearing into the barrel.
This one. This might be the biggest one of the barrel so far. Ooh.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That is really nice. Number 6. I love his. That's a sgraffito almost right into the
the
Yeah,
glaze.
it's
That's wonderful.
quite textured.
Yeah, and it's got Yukon Black and then something that's like an iron oxide under there, but it's
And it's like almost like a square.
yeah, it's been paddled to be
yeah.
square. Well, I think for safety we need to bring this one out because it's little, and if we pull the big ones,
Ooh,
wow, that's a beauty with the cobalt.
it's so glossy.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's that beautiful cobalt blue decoration.
The decoration is beautiful. That's number 85.
What plant do you think?
That also is wisteria to me. That's one of Wayne's wisterias.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And there's, that's the Yukon Black, right? With the wisteria.
Yeah, there's 2 glazes on there.
That make it go the brown.
Yeah. So, because there's a bit of blue on there too, right? So blue glaze, which is the apple ash, wood ash glaze with a cobalt in it. And then I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's the cobalt that shines through that so dramatically. It's really dramatic.
That's really nice there. We got a lot of the wisteria little
those curly cues. Yeah.
Yeah, like there.
Yeah, they're wonderful. That's great.
To the bottom of the
yeah, gotta be on the barrel.
in there.
Hakeme.
I wonder what kind of plant that is. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like almost like an iris of some
I know.
kind.
That first came to mind, but maybe bamboo too.
Could be.
It's quite light blue at the bottom, a little bit blue or gray.
Yeah,
bluey
blue-gray.
steel gray.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like a Payne's gray in there.
Yes.
That beautiful.
And what do you think of the decoration, Mia? What do you think?
I don't know. At first I thought iris, but you might be right. It could be a bamboo.
It is quite
flowering.
Like, eh?
Yeah.
And Hakeme is kind of a big brush made with horsehair, usually, and you just brush on a thick slip, and you get this brushwork.
This
and
one's
then
really
would
dramatic.
Take another type of brush and do the decoration.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I take one out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, salt glaze.
Salt glaze lugs, kind of bamboo shape.
And with his, really signature swoosh.
He had a wooden tool that he would kind of, when it was still wet, the pot, you just hit it and then bring up the thing like that. It was very dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Wayne's flourish.
This is salt glaze fired in a salt kiln.
Yeah, and it's got a black slip, I guess.
Yeah, and you can see the wads were there. So that's the flashing.
Yeah. And does he just like hand build the lugs, like because they have a bit of texture, just like press them on?
You know what he does? He rolls. Here, hold it.
Yeah, of course.
He rolls a coil and then he twists it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then puts it on.
Yeah, yeah, because there's all those little like ridges.
Yeah, so there's like some fingers would have pushed it in there.
Yeah.
This would be the front where the firebox is, and this is the back.
Yeah, so this is
very
glazed
different.
because it got the salt glaze, and then the back is just the slip.
We're getting down there.
Ooh, there's a big one at the top. Yeah. Take that one out. That's one of the bigger ones from this barrel.
Yeah, it is.
190. And that's the
ash.
Is this like a lunar lander?
Yeah, I always think of these as like space lugs.
Space lugs. Yeah.
The bottom looks a little bit green tinged.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice, the orange and the green together. Yeah.
But it's almost a metallic green. It's really lovely. Yeah. It's really gray green.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see the brush marks as well, the brush strokes of that glaze.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice one.
Do you need me to tip it?
Celadon. 165 with little lugs.
Oh, these little like.
Yeah. And this kind of very thick kind of lip on it.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Again, let's look at the camellia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The camellia test.
I love the color of that.
Yeah.
I love what happens with that.
Yeah, and the camellia has a really nice yellow center. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But very nice, this one.
Oh.
Nice little
That's a sweetie.
bottle.
Yeah.
This is 49. And it's
a little flattened as well.
yeah, very metallic glazed, paddled front and back, and there was a big variation like this line here. So
I love that.
really nice.
That's like a cosmos.
Cosmos,
I
you
love
can
that.
you can see the whole cosmos in here.
Yeah.
And
this one's got a little bit of pitting, very fine pitting, so that the coppery is reflected many times over in each of the little indentations.
And it's porcelain clay. He sometimes puts a slip on to make it darker.
Yeah, I actually love that. I love how it brings his chop out.
I think that's it, folks.
Oh wow,
that's it. I think that's it. Unless maybe there we start a fire.
That is a wrap.
Unwrap.
That's an unwrap.
Unwrap a.
That's an unwrap.
Pot.
Oh.